How's it going, guys? We are back with another video here, and this video is going to be kind of going over the event schedule in NHL 25. So unlike previous years, usually we kind of don't know what events are coming out every Friday. You can kind of make guesses, right? But now EA has officially given us a roadmap. This is from last Friday. I know maybe some of you guys are aware of it, but if you aren't, I'm going to kind of show you guys what these events are, what to expect, and what you probably should try to do to plan for it. So make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you have not already. Let's hop into the video right now. So looking back at this article here, yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit, all right? So as you can see, the theme for the inaugural season is built different. That's a very funny thing to say, but we all know that hockey's a special sport. Players a unique breed, and the action on the ice is second to none. That's the spirit and the feeling we want to celebrate. Okay, so, you know, that's great and all. With that in mind, the Season 1 HUT progression path allows you to collect enough XP to unlock 6 new players at different points of the path. The first 5 players you unlock will have an overall level of 80, but some can be upgraded to overall 85. The Season 1 HUT progression path culminates at level 60, where you unlock the 6th new player, Jack Eichel, who's an overall of 87. So, yeah, a disaster is what it is. And then you have the events, okay? So you have the Cover Athletes one. We all know that's what's going on right now. The second week of that will be Friday. The next event will be Fantasy Hockey, also Supernatural at the same time. And then 2 weeks later, Off the Charts. And then 2 weeks later, Next Gen. All right, so I'm going to kind of explain what's going on with all these events and kind of what to expect and what you should do. You guys can see you have the Cover Athletes one. We already know it's going to celebrate and showcase the stars who've graced the past covers. We kind of know all the guys on it, so really not too much to talk about. But the Fantasy Hockey one, that's the big one, right? Some people's favorite event of the year. It's an event that features player cards whose overall will grow based on a player's real-life performance throughout the regular season. So in past years, if you guys have never played Hockey Ultimate Team or haven't played in a very long time, basically a forward scores a goal. Like, say, like, they'll start at, like, I don't know, 72 overall. Like the better players will start like a 72 overall. I don't know. Say like, I don't know. Let me think of a player. I guess it's like a random player. Like maybe like, I don't know, Zach Hyman, I guess, for the Oilers. Maybe he'd probably start even lower than that. Maybe like 70 overall or 65 overall or something like that, right? So say Zach Hyman scores 2 goals. He goes from a 62 to a 64, right? You know what I mean? Like, he goes a hat trick, he goes from 62 to 65. So that's how it works for forwards. For D-men, though, say like they're 72 overall and they score a goal, it's a +2. So then you go from a 72 to a 74 overall card. So that's how it works. And then for goalies, for every win would be a +1. I believe a shutout would be a +2. I could be wrong, though, on that. I think that's how it works. The shutout and the win. I believe that's how it works. But I could be wrong on that. But what I would say, guys, for fantasy hockey to kind of get prepared, be a little bit different this year. It really is. At least as it stands right now, it's not really so much of save your rival rewards, save that, save your squad battle rewards. I mean, there's no rewards to save, really. I mean, in theory, guys, I guess if you really want to, but I don't really think it's going to be that much of a way to really get cards. So I guess, you know, technically you could save, I guess, maybe the double NHL player packs, 75 pluses, but realistically a lot of fantasy cards will probably be under 75. You know, like most fantasy cards really are pretty low to start, you know what I mean? So, you know, it could be tough. Like I doubt, unless it's like a defenseman, right? Like, or like a European player that like maybe isn't expected to score as much. That's the only thing I could really think of. But there's really not a lot of packs to really save from the XP path for the fantasy event. I would really just say if you plan on spending money, probably to wait till the fantasy event, because obviously if you pull cards from the fantasy event, it's certainly going to be worth it, like a lot of coins. But guys, like I said, I'm not really telling you to really spend money here. I mean, I'm not spending money. I'm really not. Like, it's just, it's stunning. Like, unless things kind of change here, you know, or get better, I really don't plan to spend any money, honestly, on packs. And it's really unfortunate for me because obviously I want to create more content for you guys, but it's just not it right now. But enough of that. So for fantasy, guys, it's going to cost a lot. So keep that in mind. Like, usually if you go over the years, you know, of objectives and all that, like in the actual sets of fantasy, it is usually very, very expensive. I mean, I can kind of look back and show you guys what it costed, but essentially it's like valued at like 1 million coins, you know, especially the MSPs. Like, it's they take these cards very seriously in terms of their value, like, and it's a risk in theory, right? Like, you're technically gambling. It's fantasy, right? It's like fantasy sports in theory, because, you know, you're not guaranteeing a card going up in overall, like, to 99. It's just not a guarantee. Players get injured. You know, players don't perform as good as you'd think. There's just so many variables when it comes to the fantasy event. But yeah, I mean, if you want to obviously, like, you know, get ready, I would probably save your coins. Like, right now, guys, this event to me is not really worth spending your coins on and buying MSPs. Save up all your coins. And honestly, it seems like a lot of people have coins. I'm not sure how many coins you guys have, but I would say more than likely, you know, if you have a lot of coins, maybe you'll be able to buy a fantasy card, and, you know, that can be the card that you know, can hold on to and invest in, right? And then try to hope and see if he scores a lot of goals, and they go up to a nice overall, and you can actually end up making profit on it. Because that's a lot of times fantasy cards, you know, you buy it kind of at a low price, you can actually get really nice profit out of it. So that's another thing I'd say when it comes to the fantasy event. Probably just save all your coins for now, because I think that'll probably be the best way to really, you know, have a chance to actually own a card as it sits right now. The only thing I can think of that maybe they'll do is, I do remember last year in the objectives, they gave tons of fantasy collectibles out. Not enough to truly make a card, but I think either half or more than halfway there to make the fantasy card. So maybe this year they'll just give us a random one. I mean, I don't know. I'm not holding my breath, I guess. It seems like they don't really want to give us much this year, at least early on. But yeah, I mean, I would say, guys, we'll see what they do. But let's move on to the other events here. We got the Supernatural one. That'll be kind of like a Halloween type event, which I love that. I love, like, the holiday themed events. Those are some of my favorites. I think the best in the hut. This is obviously an event here to have, I guess, because we all know fantasy is going to be very expensive. So this event's kind of more for the people that, you know, maybe can't afford it when it comes to coins and we're wanting to spend money. The seasonal event will run alongside fantasy. They said, ooh, spooky. So, yeah, they're going to have supernatural abilities. So I'm assuming they'll probably have some interesting abilities, I guess. And then you have the off the charts. It'll be a spotlight on hockey stars of the past and present who are known for their nicknames. So maybe, I don't know, Sid the Kid, right? Stuff like that possibly could be, you know, it would make sense, right? And then you have the next gen one, which is the rookies of the 24-25 season and former Calder Trophy winners will be the focus of this event. So you'll finally probably get, you know, guys that aren't in the game per se. So maybe you'll get like Celebrini and Hut. You'll probably get Michkov from the Flyers as well. Just guys like that really aren't, you know, in Hut right now. They'll probably get MSPs and or just event cards at least at that point. So looking forward to that. I really am. That'll always be one of the best events. But that's kind of like the roadmap for all the events that we can kind of look forward to right now in Hockey Ultimate Team. You know, what are you guys most excited for? If you have any questions about any of these events or fantasy, please comment down below. Here to help you guys out, as always. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Please make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you have not already, and follow me on Twitch, Henreek. I'm live there every single day. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Henreek at 3 E's. And I'll see you guys all in the next video.